Well, things seem to have gone smoothly here in day 2 of this constitutional referendum. No violence like we saw yesterday, no bomb blasts like we saw yesterday. The only people coming out, most of them telling us that they're voting yes. We saw a lot of nationalism, adoration for General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. In the weeks leading up to this referendum, obviously the military-backed government and the state media were on a campaign aggressively pushing Egyptians to come out and vote yes for this constitution. And if you listen to state media, even at this hour, they're reporting unprecedented turnout. One pro-government political party emailed us telling us that voters were flooding to the polling stations. We visited several polling stations throughout the day, and that's not exactly what we observed. During the morning hours, we saw several polling stations that were relatively empty, people trickling in. Things seemed to get going a little bit more during the evening hours, but we never saw long lines. Of course, it's important to point out that we weren't everywhere. We weren't at every polling station in Cairo, but based on our observation, the turnout we saw was light to moderate. Again, a lot of Egyptians we spoke to were expressing nationalistic sentiments, adoration for General Sisi, criticizing the Muslim Brotherhood. Here's what one voter had to tell us.
For a long time, I hated the Brotherhood, their government, their organization, everything. I hated them even before Sisi was on the scene. Of course, now I love Sisi more than you can imagine, and I have hope for the country through him.
Egyptians have roughly 25 minutes to get to the polls before they close at 9 p.m. But many analysts say the results of this referendum is a foregone conclusion. It's widely believed that the yeses will pass, and many will view this, analysts say, as a mandate, as an invitation for General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the army chief and certainly the most popular man in Egypt, as an invitation for him to run to the presidency. Will that mean a return to autocracy for Egypt? Hala, that's what many rights groups, many secular activists who led the 2011 revolution, that's what many of them are concerned about.
We'll see if Sisi runs for office. He'd have to become a civilian and then run for president. Thanks very much, Reza Sayah in Cairo.